Have you, have, you- have you ever been in a situation like that officer found himself?
This is a difficult topic because it's been hard for me to listen to all the dialogue, and I've tried to remain objective, obviously, but I do have somewhat a different perception and different point of view because I have been in that situation where you have your weapon drawn, where you engaged with an individual, regardless of race, gender, what have you. People don't always comply. And herein lies the problem, where you are put in a situation where you've got seconds and a limited amount of information to decide, do I discharge my weapon because this person is not listening to me, is not heeding my information, or do I wait and hold back and risk the possibility of this person hurting me? This is not an easy decision to make by far. It is a heavy burden that police carry, and I have to tell you, it is one of the worst places to be put in as an individual, to make that call and then risk making the wrong call, because it could be him and you take the shot and you take that person down, or you risk it and then it can be you. So the one thing I want to ask of everybody, please take a moment and put yourself in that officer's position and think what it's like in that moment with limited information, with seconds, with stress, with adrenaline, with all the things going on, possibly having been assaulted, making that decision. Do I shoot or do I not shoot? Could it be him or could it be me? This here is what I really feel that we should also be looking at.
Evie, I agree with you. However, I want to take this to a place that's really uncomfortable. Because as I just heard from Jennifer and Spirit in the last segment, I think what my African-American friends and colleagues are telling us is that there's enough of a bias in that moment against the African-American male that those scales shift necessarily, and I don't want to say that it has to be, but it seems as though it shifts towards in this case, the victim, towards the African-American male, even when it's an African male officer, I think people would say. I think that's what I'm hearing. Do you think that's true? And if it is true, how do we solve that problem?
I do think it's true to a certain extent and with certain individuals. I cannot presume to tell you what is in the heart and mind of this officer who discharged his weapon. I can't. I only know what's in my heart and my mind. I can't tell you what's in the heart of other law enforcement officers. Do I think bias exists? Yes. Do I think racism exists? Yes. And the thing is education, and then being very selective in who we allow into our police departments. Many police departments, such as the NYPD, which when I first joined, I joined the NYPD, I was evaluated and put to take the MMPI-2, which I'm sure you're familiar with, Dr. Drew. It's a psychological exam to determine my predisposition, what's wrong with me, my attributes, my temperament, racism, bias. You need to thoroughly determine the individuals that you take and give a badge and a gun and put them out onto the street to police. Are they there because they want to preserve and protect human life? Great, you put them out there. But if they are not, if they're looking to be cowboys or make these decisions or be bullies or abuse their power, they do not deserve to have a badge or a gun.